Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy KLA Cloud the Wonder. We're about to give it to you. Yeah, every now and then I have like people outside my content, guests outside my content. And this young man, he has his clothing line. And he's gonna break it down how he, started his clothing line. You know, he's he's the creator of Weird Brand. And how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, man. Like I'm fine. How you enjoying the holidays?
The holidays are going good so far. Another day, another opportunity.
Right, right. Same
That's
here.
good. Seeing everybody happy about the holidays is good enough for me.
Right. So how you come up with Weird Brand, man? Yeah,
All right. So how that started was there was always a time where, because being that I'm mostly observant, so in other words, to other people, that's just being quiet. So I ride BMX a lot, as you would know, and being in the neighborhood and that upbringing that is like out of the ordinary of what they're normally seeing. You know what I'm saying? You normally see basketball, football, or you rapping, or if it's not that kind of sport, it's like other things that are within that habitat. You know what I mean? That within that environment. You know what I'm saying? Like whether it's drugs or whatever stuff. So being that I rode BMX, me and other guys too that were also black. You know what I mean? But being that different from others and like they not knowing too much about you,
right.
when someone wants to like figure you out but they can't, they just need to attach a label to you. You know what I'm saying? So mostly like used to hear that, not like right in my face, but like hearing from people that know me and say that that's what they say about you. You know what I mean? But they wouldn't say it to me like straight up. You know what I'm saying? So all those whispers, I'm like, all right, they want to say that about me. You know what I'm saying? And give other people the idea and incept that into their mind, saying like, yo, when you see him, like he's weird. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
say if you're gonna like say that about me, you're gonna hear about it more. You know what I mean? Like when you attach that,
Right.
then you're gonna hear about it more, and that's what I'm gonna call it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm not gonna allow that to bring me down. You know what I mean? I use that to
Right.
bring you up.
I know. I noticed, like, for me, you know, the whole, I mean, like every environment I go, it's kind of weird,
Yeah,
like where you work at or anywhere, like, it can be weird at times, man. So,
yeah.
yeah,
So like it's definitely out the ordinary. Like it's something that you can't figure out. So that goes back to what I'm saying. Like when someone can't figure you out, they like, ah, you weird. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the go-to.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But
I mean,
especially
sometimes I see myself as weird too, at times. I ain't gonna lie.
yeah, but it's not like you're bringing yourself down. You're just saying
Right,
that, oh, I'm doing something that I don't see anyone else doing. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it takes a strong person to like get out of that zone of like not falling in line with your environment and seeing what other people are doing, because a lot of people do follow because it's so easy to do it, and then you just
right,
you do your own thing, and then it's like it takes a strong mind. And people use that word to try to put you down because they see you doing something they wish they can do. You know what I'm saying? Because you have
right.
some confidence and you're happy doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because like they try so many ways and it just can't. So what is
Okay,
it about that person?
yeah. So I mean, let me show the viewers your brand,
Oh,
you
definitely.
know. Yeah.
That's the logo face. That's with the drip, the WB.
Yeah,
Yeah, the logo face with the drip. That's when, because I used to do graffiti and stuff, and I used to like.
right.
So that's like a cartoon version of me. A lot of people,
Okay.
yeah, they mistake that for like a country or something, like when they see the logo, but they just like looking at it.
Yeah.
And I say, yeah, I was like, I have to like really literally show them the whole outline. Like I was like, yo, there goes the eyes, there goes the nose, there goes the, oh no,
Right.
you ain't see the hair and stuff like that. So it's like, it like represents, just represents everything, And the WB, like as you see on that hat, like it means weird brand, and it was just simplicity, and that also comes from like me from doing the graffiti, like the graffiti background, what I mean, just how to connect things, you know what I'm saying? Just
Right.
graffiti, like a lot of people like they like to like not take their fingers off the GIF, and they'll just like follow everything. So it makes things easier, more efficient too. Like when you're spraying,
Right.
yeah, like
When when
like any artist, you know.
yeah. When did it started for you to do this clothing line?
It started for me when I used to always like think of it, because when you ride BMX, you usually see sponsors and people that want you to represent for them and stuff, and it was like definitely a thing to go after, like anyone, because I think just by nature, a lot of people like to be a part of something, want to be a part of something.
Right.
And then, it's also comes with you seeking validation for what you do. And
Yeah.
when I seen that, I was never like the one to like chase something, or like look at like what others were doing. So it goes back to like, me, like I can't say I'm not a follower. I don't want to like single other people out, because then I feel like I'm being a hypocrite. But
Yeah.
I was just like I always had ideas of myself, or ideas of my own, and I was like I would do it this way, I would do it that way, and even like when I was in school, like I would see clothes and I'm like, damn, I would have done it like this, or I would have done it like that. And even though it was like high end brands at the time, like Hilfiger, DKNY, like I was like just I was just thinking too much. And then when I just thought to myself, I was like, yo, I might as well just do my own thing, because, you can do it yourself. And then for me riding BMX, like when I watched videos, they had guys that rode that ended up doing their own bike company and their own clothing brand. And then that like also inspired me. I was like, yeah, like, look, I'm seeing them doing, like, I could do that too. And then I was like, I can represent for myself, because I ride and I know how to sell, because coming up, like we had to do that, like, to survive, you know what I'm saying? We had to, like,
Right.
sell stuff, like
Right.
me, my mom, and stuff like that. So it's like that comes from that. So also, like, that's what made me like I had that drive to like always do something like my way, and it feels better too, like bringing things to life that you thought of in your mind. It's almost like when you think of a trick to do on a bike and you actually do it, that feeling that, and you manifested it and you actually made it happen. And then you have also when I draw out a design and then, have it come to life on the shirt, that is like success to me, you know what I mean? So then, like,
Right.
around 2010, it was like too much of that. Like, are you gonna think about it long, or you might as well go for it? Because I don't want years to go by and be like, I shoulda, coulda, woulda. So like
Yeah.
in 2011, I was like, when I get enough money, I'm gonna just start. You know, I'm gonna just start off with some shirts and just see where it goes from there. And then the ideas just kept rambling in my head and say, maybe I can do this, maybe I can do that, because I never knew how far I wanted to take it or how far I could go, but I was willing to find out. You know what I mean? Because I
Right.
do see like fashion shows and stuff like that. And I was like, I could do that, or it could not happen. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
that is something that you can end up being in. You know what I'm saying? Like you never know where you could end up. You know what I mean? So, and
Do
it's like,
you have like no,
hmm?
I was gonna ask, do you have like background like like going to like a school for like art design or fashion or anything like that? Or
Oh no, 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 no. I used to like look up those things, but it's like when you're in a like I didn't know where to look at because like all those times they didn't have like Google like that. You know what I mean? So it's like
yeah,
all you knew is like when you look at high schools, they're like, oh, that's good for law, or they have a good football team, they have a good basketball team. Like that's on your mind because that's what you connect with. You know what I mean? But if they did have it, like I was not really paying attention to that because my mind was like, if I was thinking of doing something, I just wanted to do that, and that's it. I mean, so maybe if from before, if I actually took it more serious, maybe I would have tried to go to school for that, and maybe it would have been good. And then,
right.
but I mean, it's still never too late to even learn more because I don't feel like I know everything. You know what I mean? I just know what I do and see what other people doing. I wouldn't mind like learning from like other countries too, because a lot of high end brands are in other countries, especially Paris and Italy and stuff like that. So
How many people like purchase your stuff?
that I don't. I used to try to count that like and stuff like that, but
Yeah,
I remember that used to kind of stress me out because one week would be okay and then one week would be absolutely nothing, and then but like
right.
that's the way business is. It's up and down. But then it goes back to what I was saying, like just me bringing those stuff to life is like is success to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I was able to do
Yeah.
it. I mean, because uh, I get approached a lot of times when I'm out there trying to sell my stuff of people saying that they want to do it too, and then when I tell them like the process of doing it is like it kind of scares them, or they'd be like, "Damn, I don't want to go through all that. Could you do most of that for me?" And I'm like, "No, like this is why you had that idea because you wanted to do it." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, yeah. No, I was going to like kind of say like not everybody can do it. Like
yeah,
for real, like
because like
they can't.
yeah, because like I've learned along the way like how things came about because I used to think making hats like the camouflage hat that you put on, I thought that was like one of the
Yeah,
hardest things ever because I was like, where do I go to get that made? You know what I mean? And like it just seemed like not like impossible. I was like, I didn't know where to go, and then it's like I had to take it upon myself to like go to the fashion district, walk around, go through every store. Then I figure out that's where a lot of people go, and they used to say, "Oh yeah, a lot of people that have brands they come here, like they want buttons made, zippers, or embroidery and stuff like that." And then when I figured out, I was like, "Damn, it wasn't as difficult as I thought it was." When I went out and actually tried to do it. But like, imagine how much people think that way and don't even try it. You know what I'm saying? So, but I
yeah,
always try to like explain it to a person as like as when I figured it out. You know what I mean? I was like, yo, you could just do that. I tell them step by step, like easiest way. I was like, I wish I had someone to like point and show me all of stuff, but like I had to like go out there and like find it. So
Hmm.
was
Well, yeah, like
yeah,
oh,
that
this
part,
is the same.
that's one of the ones that like a lot of people like. Yeah, the face logo
Wait,
too.
which one?
The one with the puzzle, breaking away. Yeah, a lot of people like
Let
that
me
one
see.
with the face. Yeah, that
Oh,
one.
this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they like
Yeah,
that.
it kind of like it looks like the character you drew on yourself. It kind of reminds me of a cartoon like I seen back in the day, but I
Yeah,
forgot.
oh,
Yeah,
but yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people like the way that, like I like orange, like the especially
Right.
the highlight orange. I like the way it
Yeah.
comes off of the black. So yeah, a lot of people like that too.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
really uh, surreal when like people actually like your stuff just as much as you do, or sometimes even more. You
Yeah.
like you didn't like really expect that, but sometimes it's the thing that you least expect. Like that is that makes the most impact.
Yeah. Yeah. I usually see you. Yeah, folks. We know each other. He's
Mhm.
around my way. I see you. Usually, do your thing, and
Mhm.
you'll be there like when whether sunshine or rain, if possible. So
Mhm.
you be really hustling and stuff. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because definitely like it's I really can't explain it. Like when you see somebody like anything you want to do, you'll make sure you make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like
right,
just someone like wearing your stuff or even like enjoy wearing it or telling you that they feel comfortable when they wear it is like it's just feels like grateful. I mean,
right. Well, I noticed like I didn't know you was like a DMX rider like that till I went on your on Instagram and stuff
yeah,
like that. 'Cause I see you riding, but I didn't really like
yeah. You
I
probably didn't
didn't I
see
didn't know
it.
I didn't see you in action like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
I could show the viewers what you be doing.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't do that type of stuff, man. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. So you call yourself D-boy and stuff.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That was actually there was a bike shop in Queens. It was called Twin Bicycles, and the owner, he was a Korean guy. He used to always say, "Oh, Andy boy, Andy boy, Andy boy." Like he used to always say that.
Oh,
So then people used to say that shit. So I'm like, oh, whatever. And then like one day, this guy, he didn't want to say that, so he said like D boy and stuff like that. And then I was like, all right. And then what I mean, it just like caught on. Like people just like called me that. You know what I'm saying? So then
yeah.
yeah, so it was like D boy.
Yeah. Do like do like musicians like you ever had seen do you know like a rapper that kind of that can help you promote your stuff or anything like that?
Um, I mean, with things like that, it kind of goes back to me like when you was asking about like how much do I sell and stuff like that.
Yeah,
It's like if I'm like really chasing that, like I probably would never get it. But it's
right,
like one of those things that if how they say in like philosophy, if you chase a butterfly, you'll never catch it. But
right,
you you know grow your garden and take care of it, the butterfly will come to you. You know what I mean? So it's like
right,
when I feel like when you work on yourself and stuff, you do attract attention, and then it's like I remember like even in sports, this one guy had said, you know, if you're good enough, like if you're good, like they'll find you, they'll see you. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
like, yeah, like try, you don't try to chase that. Like you don't know where you'll end up, but then I wouldn't want to do anything that I normally wouldn't do to get someone's attention. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah,
So,
I understand.
yeah,
You can't pursue it too much
yeah,
because
yeah.
yeah, because you don't know what's going to happen. You know,
Yeah.
it could be the worst. It could be the worst situation for you, or you
Or
could
you
do
could be
something
a bad
that
person. Yeah.
huh?
You could even worse. You could be a bad person, end up being a bad person. Like
Right.
step
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
somebody to get to what you trying to get. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't do that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Like with like how long you been doing this though? Like you do you have like a side like a is this your livelihood or
Well,
this
this
is just
like
a side job?
I mean, I also paint, so that
Okay.
helps. You know what I'm saying? And then like it's definitely will be nice, like to just be doing this. But you know, the journey is a thing that you have to pay attention to because it's like all the stuff that you've been through, and you're still going. That's you have to when you look at that, you appreciate everything. Some people if they
Right.
don't get to a certain position at a certain time, they just give up. Or it's like you ask yourself, what are you really doing it for? Because like let's say BMX, like everyone got into it because it was fun, but then when money gets involved, that's when people start going different ways. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like it's not like you can't work a job and still ride, but like when they see others that live off of riding, it gets to them and say, "Oh, if it's not happening for me, then I mean, why am I doing this?" And it's like, "Why did you do it in the first place?" You know what I mean? So,
Right.
but
Yeah.
what people not looking at what they're
This
doing, like there's people that can't even ride a bike. People can't even use their legs. You know what I mean? So like,
right.
you gotta appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? There's so many things that you can do that a lot of people wish they can do. So that's what I look at. What I have at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Wherever I go after that is wherever I go after that. Well, once I
Right.
pay attention to that settles me, instead of me being stressed out. Because human, like, it's just natural desire to want something. Every time you see something new, you want it. Like, how many people
Yeah.
get stuff on Christmas that they wanted for so long and then months later, are they still using it? You know what I'm saying? Like, probably not. But they wanted it so bad. So,
Yeah. It don't have to be Christmas. It could be like anything,
yeah,
really.
yeah, yeah. It could be anything of it. It's like when you actually get
Yeah.
it, then the value kind of goes down. Like when you don't have it, it was way up there. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then you just take it
Yeah.
for granted. So it's like whatever I'm able to do, like because even like the falls, I'm pretty sure you saw the falls that I had. Like I'm glad I could look back at that and say, I'm still able to do what I'm doing, even though I had like a bad fall like that on the bike. So
Right. Right.
appreciate that and everything from there, from now on.
Right. Yeah, I like the design you do with this TV, and then you make it into a shirt.
Yeah, that was the latest one. It was like, I drew like the TV first, and then a lot of people don't realize it was the antenna says Weird Brand on it. Like you look
Oh
close.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's why I was like,
Okay.
yeah, it says
No,
six.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And that's actually like cartoon version of me looking at the TV. Because I have the pocket T
Oh,
with me peeking out the pocket, and yeah, so yeah, that's the latest one. A lot of people like that one too. And then, like I
yeah.
said, it's surreal. Like when people they excited, like when they get it, or they say, "Yo, I really like this one," and it's like, yeah, I like it too. That's why I made it like that. And then someone has the same like excitement that you have, and that
Right.
that that does a lot for me. Like you can't put a price on that.
Right. But what made you come up with this design?
Me. Well, I used to look at TVs like that, and then that used to be one of those things where they'd be like, "Yo, don't get too close to the TV," and what are you looking
Right,
at? And then like I always looked at TVs like that from like back in the days, not like
right,
the modern ones now with the flat screen hanging on the wall and stuff. And then I was
right,
like, yeah, I remember the one with the antenna on the top. And then I just like it just comes to my mind and I just draw it out. Like things,
right.
it'll just come to my mind. I'll just draw it out and then just it just comes to that.
Yeah, yeah, it's cool, man.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, definitely appreciate the feedback that I get, especially with the designs.
right,
Because there's like a lot of things that run through my head, and it's like I'll draw it out, and then just like I got like a book of all the stuff that I did like from the start, like drawing out like, all right, let me see how this will come out, and then I just do it.
yeah.
So it's good to look back at.
How, like, how often do you like make designs? Just
Uh,
like constantly.
it's usually when something's like really stuck in my head, like I can't get it out of my head, and I keep like drawing it out. I was like, all right, I think it's time to try to see what this will do. Because there
Yeah,
are times like because I've been doing this for about 12 and a half years, and like there are times where I'll be like, I don't even want to do this no more. Like I don't feel like I'm like happy and stuff like that. Or like I'll be like, I don't know what I'm like doing. Like feel like I'm stuck. And then there's always an idea that pop in like within that same day, and I'm like, oh, I never tried this. Maybe I'll like the way this comes out. You know what I mean? And then usually, somebody will like it also, and then it'll keep me going. Like every time when I be like, whatever, and then it goes back to what I was saying. Like I need to like appreciate like what I'm doing, because if there was like a goal to get to and then I'm not there yet, then I'll just give up. You know what I mean? So
right. Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to keep doing that, but sometimes it do get to me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, man. I mean, cause you actually, doing like entrepreneurship,
Yeah,
you know, and and me like I mean, like I'm just using me an example, I just work and and some the certain amount of pay it's not enough and then you got to think about getting another job and all that stuff like that and stuff and it's tough really.
but you also
So
you also do interviews too. It's not like that's not easy.
yeah,
Oh, to even get someone
yeah, that's true.
that takes planning, that takes setting up and all that stuff. So like
Right,
thing. So if you see that also, that's because I'm pretty
right,
sure like people at your job probably don't know like what you do like that, and then when they find out, they're like, "Oh shoot, you do that also." It's just like
yeah,
when you see me ride with the bike, you probably thought I just rode the bike, and then like when you see that,
yeah,
another thing. So that's like
right,
it's like it's good because you always hear this excuse from people when they say, "I don't have time, I don't have time," but it's like you want to do this, so you find time. Like you work and you find time to do it. So that's it.
how was how was like 2023 for you in terms of selling
Well,
your brand?
I would say every year was better and better because other than like new designs, it was more experiences. Like it doesn't
Yeah,
have to be a great experience, but it was like experience to learn from. So like every time I'm learning, I take it as a good thing, no matter what situation
right,
it is. Like I learned from it. And I was like, I didn't go through that before, or I'm better at handling those stuff, those situations. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I see it. You know what I'm saying? So and it's always like, you
like
huh?
no, go ahead.
No, no, I was just
I,
saying.
I was gonna ask. I don't know if I asked this if you said it already, but like, what was like what was like the challenges that you had to deal with more? Like like in did you went through like challenges like this year or just like throughout in
And
the process of making these?
it's usually the same challenges, like financial and stuff, and
Yeah,
you figure it out. And just figuring it
right.
out makes you better because some people like, oh, I can't do this because
Mhm.
I don't have it. You know what I mean? But it's like, yo, there is another way. You know what I mean? But there is a way. Like if there's a way, it's gonna be there. And even like when I look at Dame Dash's interviews, and he'll tell you like, if you're running your own business, just be prepared to be broke a lot. And it's like, yeah,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it's like you have to make sacrifices, and that's the thing too. Like that's what the challenge is too. Is like, damn man, like if I want this to work, I'm gonna have to not do this, or I have to like sacrifice this. But so it's been like that like a lot. So, but I've been handling it better when it happens.
right,
If it was to
right.
happen again, you know what I mean? Because sometimes I say, yo, how did I get myself in this position again? But I handle it better. I don't get
Do,
as upset.
do you try to like push it in stores or anything like that or
Yeah, yeah. I've tried that, and then uh, I handle it well because I don't expect them to just take it like that. They do see my stuff because I have a website also, so I do show them
right,
like that. This is like legit. You know what I mean? Like I'm doing this. So uh, I know that I'm not the only one that's trying to do this. So it's like if they
yeah,
can't do it, they can't do it. And if some people just, but I did try like this places that I went, they told me to come back, and then they tell me like, oh, they'll call me and stuff like that. But then it's a good thing I don't rely on that because I
right,
sell my stuff myself. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it goes back to, like the whole growing part. Like what I mean, like don't be dependent on anything else. Like you could do it yourself.
right.
But having it in the stores would help definitely a lot. But it's just not yet. when when it happens, it'll happen.
Yeah. What's the heart like? What's that heart about? Like the
Well, I mean,
split
if you
heart.
to the heart, I wanted to design the heart to look like a broken heart, but it actually
Yeah.
says weird. So you can see it within the cracks. It says weird.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I see it. Wow.
Yeah. So when I
Mhm.
did that design, a friend of mine, Vince Valentine, he's on Instagram too, and he does murals. He's very very good at doing murals, and like we ended up making that a collaboration because his last name is Valentine. So I dropped
Right.
Valentine's Day. So it was, the Valentine weird brand, stuff like that. So, and a lot of people like that one too. They definitely like that one. You know what I mean? Because like I like
Yeah.
when I, keep people intrigued in what they're looking at. You know what I'm saying? Like you just looking. Like you ever notice like people would look at a shirt that has words on it because they want to read what it says. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like they might not want the shirt or the thing like that. They just want to read what it says, and that captures it. Like if you were to say it out your mouth, they wouldn't pay attention to you. But if it's on your shirt, they were like, "Let me see what he's wearing or what
Mm.
what what it says on it." Like they're more intrigued than that. You know what I mean? And it's crazy that the words that you could have just said out loud like has more impact with you just walking around with it because
Yeah.
it just keeps saying it, but you're not making a sound. You know what I mean? So
You ever just did like logos, like like a different logo, like a
logo.
slogan or something?
Well, I have the one that says the only shirt I can afford. A lot of people like that shirt. I don't know if you ever saw that
Okay.
one. But yeah, a lot of people like that shirt. Like when I came out with that, I was like, I wanted to do that. And then at first, people was like, "Oh, I'm not wearing no shirt that says that." But when I like went out to sell it, though, like a lot of like that, it just like Yeah, people love that shirt. They're like, and they just saw it. You know what I mean? It reminded me of like, when you go to like a merchandise place and then they'll have those shirts that's like, referring to like certain slogans from movies or something like that, or they'll have something that's funny. But yeah, this one I was like, yeah, I wasn't trying to be funny, but I was like, it's just serious. Only shirt I can afford.
Yeah, yeah. What's like for like 2024? Like what's the plan for that for Weird Brand?
What I always say before New Year's, I'll be like, just as long as it's better than the last in any way. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be money or thing like that. It could be health, definitely. You know what I mean? Because usually I'm hurt from riding and stuff like that, and like doing other things. But like, as long as it's better than the last, and as long as you're consistent in what you're doing, things do get better. Like, as long as you do whatever you're doing, you do progress at it. You know what I mean? You do get better at it as long as you keep doing it. So it's gonna get better. It's just inevitable.
Yeah, yeah. Like how old are you? Like man, like you riding a bike like that, man? Like
Huh?
that's crazy. How old are you? Like
I
you
mean,
doing it?
I turned 40 not too long ago.
Oh, get out of here, man.
Yeah.
Like, but then again, Lil Wayne, he
Mhm.
does like that skateboarding stuff, and he pushing 40, I
Yeah,
would
yeah,
say.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But he's real serious with that. Like it's
Yeah,
like something to play around with for a little bit, but then you see, but he probably found like the happiest he ever been. You know what I mean? Other than the music,
yeah,
because he's been
yeah,
surrounded by that since he was a little kid. But then
yeah,
actually doing that, you find out like maybe uh it doesn't like, especially like skating or like riding doesn't take a lot to enjoy it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, thank you, man. I really appreciate you giving me the opportunity to talk with you and, introducing the viewers on Weird Brand, man.
Oh,
You know,
definitely appreciate you for wanting to do this. So
yeah, thank you, man. Yeah,
welcome.
yeah, yeah. All right, folks, man. Have a healthy new year.
Yeah, and go on weirdbrand.com.
Yeah, no doubt.
Weirdbrand.com. Yes.